You know, I think I found the perfect phrase to describe this episode. Awkward, yet informative. Yeah, the premise was awkward, the humor was awkward, and the scenes were pretty awkward too. Now, awkward isn't always bad. In fact, awkward can be good. And we are shown through this awkwardness more of Equestria's history. But this episode is both the good and the bad of awkward. So this starts out with Rainbow Dash goofing off when she should be studying, and Twilight, after dumping exposition via external monologue, nags her to get some work done, to which Rainbow Dash makes a joke about Twilight making a song about freaking out about tests, which she wasn't there for, so she couldn't know about it. And Twilight offers to help her study for her History of the Wonderbolts exam. And before you say anything, yes, in the military, you do have to study the history of your respective branch, and you are tested on that material. The purpose for this is for the soldier to further understand and appreciate the traditions behind each branch, and why things are the way they are, and to assist in building up a soldier's spirit and motivation to perform their duty.
There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, and oxygen, and nitrogen, and rhenium, and nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium, europium, zirconium, lutetium, vanadium, and lanthanum, and osmium, and astatine, and radium, and gold, protactinium, and indium, and gallium.
Twilight gives Rainbow Dash a pop quiz, and she fails, and Rainbow Dash finally realizes she might fail, and throws the blame on Twilight. Okay, freaking what? A friend just took time out of her day to help you, put up with your shenanigans, and you respond by pushing the blame on her and spitting in her face? I'm sorry, but I'm completely on Twilight's side in this argument. Twilight may not have successfully helped, but at least she cares enough to try and prevent Rainbow Dash from completely bombing. If it wasn't for her, Rainbow Dash would do even worse on the test. Yeah, you're a great friend, RD, kicking dirt at someone who's just trying to help. Well, at least she apologized for it. So Fluttershy tries to teach RD via theatrical presentation, and I didn't like this scene. It was just awkward. I didn't find any part of this scene funny, cute, or anything. Where was the joke? I don't get it. Then Pinkie decides to try teaching via musical. This should be interesting. After all, Amy Keating Rogers' last song was the Smile Song. I wonder what great and memorable tune she came up with this time.
Well, back in ancient times there were the Wonderbolts of old. A general firefly, amazing and so bold. Wonderbolts, yeah! Wonderbolts, Wonderbolts, yeah! Wonderbolts, that is my rapping history of the Wonderbolts.
No, that was horrible. Not just because I think rap isn't music, just terrible poetry set to a beat, but again, it was so awkward. I know this is supposed to be a parody of 90s rap, but just because it's a parody doesn't mean it's automatically funny. Yeah, I don't appreciate rap, but you can make fun of things people hate and have it still be funny. You know how in the 90s Disney tried to appeal to kids by getting funky and chilling with the cool guys, but they just came off as cringeworthy as your parents trying too hard to get with the times? That's kinda how I felt here. If you laughed at it, fine. I just thought it was about as entertaining as the rapping dog from the animated Titanic movie. So then Rarity comes along, dressed as Sergeant Pepper, and decides to try teaching. I really like how this episode shows different proven effective methods of learning. Twilight gives the textbook methods, Fluttershy tries a visual performance representation, Pinkie makes a song out of it, and Rarity tries the museum approach. And they all start debating about which method is better. Hey guys, there's still a mentioned movie that you haven't tried. That seems like it would totally be up Rainbow's alley. As long as it's official, which is highly likely considering the movie is apparently titled History of the Wonderbolts, I don't see any reason why you can't at least give that a try. So Rainbow Dash gives up and flies away. Twilight tries to cheer her up and almost gets hit by a helicopter, which didn't think to move out of the way of Princess Twilight. Guess helicopters can't turn very well? That's a bit of a hazard. So then Rainbow shows that she learns visually via multitasking. I buy it. I know several people that do learn like that, and it makes sense that Rainbow would learn like this. I mean, considering her daily life of having to be aware of everything that goes on around her, she would have an attention deficit when she's not doing something that interests her. So the main six exploit this, and Rainbow learns the history and passes. With a sticker. What is this, elementary school? And that's the episode. Despite some really cringeworthy moments, this was another great episode dealing with how everyone is different, and we have quite a bit of world building. You know, I think I want to talk about that. At first, I was hesitant to call the Wonderbolts actual military, because even though they showed Drill Instructor Spitfire, the stuff the Wonderbolts did wasn't really anything combat related. Also, there was the fact that the Wonderbolts were freaking useless every time disaster struck, so yeah, my pride was kinda hoping they weren't. But this episode confirms that they are, in fact, military. And we are also told that prior to Luna's banishment, there was no military, and it was formed after Luna was banished. Why? Did another nation catch wind that Luna was absent and invaded or something? And we are shown that Luna was recorded in history as, well, existing as a monarch, but it never said anything about her becoming Nightmare Moon, so Celestia intentionally kept Luna becoming Nightmare Moon a secret, yet the story of Nightmare Moon still got out. Why? Well, I suppose that the damage to the castle and the sudden appearance of a pony's head on the moon, Celestia would have had to come up with an explanation for that and Luna's disappearance. Or ponies made up their own legend if Celestia kept silent. People did do that in real life, and it was 1,000 years, so there is a lot of room for error. Okay, this is actually starting to get cool. I hope I'm not just taking this too seriously.
Well, when the White House burned, 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 then we're the ones that did it. They burned, 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 while the president ran and cried. It burned, 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 and things were very historical. And the Americans ran and cried like a bunch of little babies, wah, 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 in the War of 1812.